I decided to mock out where I'm cutting, and then I could double check it. Because this I traced out exactly to the lines in the car. So I drilled a hole there, and I drilled a hole there to see if it would translate to here. And both of them are far off. So I need to go back and redo everything, or re-measure everything. Oh. All right, so after going through and re-measuring with the pilot holes I drilled to double check, I now have the correct area I'm supposed to cut out. So, double check.
We were able to reuse one of our cabinets. Sick. So, sink's going here. This is the same cabinet that used to have the sink, so it even has the water pump. It's great. So yeah, sink here, a little open shelf here situation, nice big deep drawers. This would be like cleaning products and tissues and shit like that, stuff like that.
Whoops.
But yeah, it fits really nice.
And it's all stuff that's already made.
So we just saved ourselves a few days of work. Just wonderful.
Nice. So the issues we're having today are trying to figure out how to get this refrigerator higher. One of the things we really didn't like about the last van was that this was low down in a drawer, and it was just kind of inconvenient because all the moving, the wire would occasionally come loose, and just bending down all the time and not being able to just open it. You had to slide it out to open it. It was kind of a pain. So we want to make this part of the countertop. But we're just trying to figure out how to make the box work for this, because we also put drawers underneath, and then we also want to do the stove right here. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way of doing that. So I think what we're going to do is a box underneath, and then we're going to do slight supports here, and then we're going to put a cabinet drawers underneath with a kick plate so it matches this. So I think for the fridge, we've put it on this base plate here. We've put these little corner pieces. We're gonna run a piece across the top, kind of making like a small cage. We'll probably have some supports in the middle as well. Just with how we're building this, we need to be able to access this to remove it if, something goes wrong. So it's hard to figure out how to make it look nice. So we'll figure that out. So I think once this cage goes on, there'll be another set of drawers that goes underneath this that pull out. And then obviously we'll be able to access this from the top, and then the countertop. Somehow we'll maybe Velcro it or something. We haven't figured that part out. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. It's a cage.
Should we explain what it is? So this is our box for our fridge, so that we don't have to pull it out every time we want to use it, and it's gonna be counter height depth, so that we, or height, so you can just open it. But the big thing is there's all these vents all over the side to help with the compressor and ventilation. And so we had to make a box that had lots of airflow and lighter. And so this whole side is open, the front is open, there's vents all over this thing. So it's gonna slide into here. So just use 3/4 inch ply and just kind of sandwiched all the boards together. Very custom to make sure we don't like accidentally cover something, or we're gonna need to access like the control panel. And then the fridge will just sit in here, and then this will be on top of the cabinet and make it up to countertop depth. Right.
Also, so the fridge doesn't run away. So it fits the cage.
And so we have this gap on the back because when this is in the counter, or when this is part of a cabinet, if you were to have this be flush, what's the problem is if your cabinet were to end here, when this ends up, you're over this flange, and so you have to build an overhang so that your the uppers will be able to open without like clipping the rest of the cabinet. So this is kind of critical. We allowed, I think, like 2.5 inches.
So now that we've got our cage for our fridge set in, this is ideally going to be pretty close to what it's going to look like. So we should be able to walk in and then open the drawers. That's why we have this gap back here. Down in here there'll be another 3/4 piece that runs up the side behind this. But yeah, so now we can open it and leave it open.
It'll be a little higher, but
yeah.
Not by much. Sweet.
Yeah.
That looks good.
So what we've done now is we need to make a stand for the fridge with a kick plate and a drawer underneath it. So now we went and cut out a piece for right here. That's right, so just gonna mimic that side. So we cut this out. So that's gonna sit there in line with the edge of the window, like that, to give it a little wiggle room. It's gonna stay nice. And then, yeah, so we'll build the bottom shelf off that, and then we'll take that piece and we'll put it on top, screw it in, and then, yeah, we'll have a little kick plate drawer, upper drawer, and then refrigerator on top of it. of my favorite tools we have. Spacers. So I can put that there, and so. There we go. And I know that that's 3 inches. And then once I put that side in, I can take it out and move it over here. And you get that. But there's a whole box of them. They're great. So this is just the mock-up. This is what it's essentially going to look like. You know, there's a couple things we got to figure out, like a stop here for stuff from falling down the back side of that. We still got to add a little drawer in here, but not having to bend over to pick stuff out of the fridge. Still getting lots of airflow over and underneath. I think that'll do. And then it'll just be one big counter. Sweet. We screwed up, and the big piece that I had that was under here that the fridge was sitting on, I probably should have checked to see if it was square or not. It was not. One of these legs was partially about to fall off here and about to fall off over there, so successfully made a trapezoid. So instead, I'm altering the design. I'm just making a little template here. I'm cutting out this area. And so it's going to sit right in there like that. And I have a piece coming across here. Because the other issue with that design was that I realized with the refrigerator on it, all the weight was being stressed there, so it was kind of bowing. It wasn't actually resting on this. So especially again with the idea that, you know, this car goes through an earthquake every day, you know, this difference, or this might just make all the difference here. So with that being said, I'm not an engineer. So yeah. So it looks like we might actually be able to reuse a cabinet that we had built before. Haley right now is taking off the drawer slide. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to rebuild this, and we're going to try to bring this in by 2 inches, the whole cabinet, so it can sit back here against this flange, which will give us a little more space here when we build the seat there. And then
our stove's gonna go right here.
Our stove will sit right in there.
Stove.
So we're doing lots of modifications on this, but I think it's gonna work. But we can use it.
Reuse it.
So yeah, stove. We're gonna cut out this area for the stove to sit in. Put a divider here. Put a couple drawers there. I guess 2 drawers there, because we'll leave that bottom one as a big drawer. And then this whole thing will be able to sit back and sit. Bloop. It'll be a weird one.
It's gonna be great.
Thank goodness it will probably all be hidden, because it'll probably look odd. see. This is. Oops.
Huh?
I'm just showing our shoddy work. All right. It's like a loose tooth. Perfect. And we missed all the rails. So again, quick recap. This is going to be where the stove sits. So we went through a bunch of measurements and we gained 2.5 inches by cutting out this part of the cabinet. So this is going to slide into that little area right by the door. So now we're adding supports for the stove that's going to sit in here, because then we're going to cut out all of this area and the stove is going to sit right in there. Sweet. Haley. All right, here's the monstrosity of a cabinet. It's been hacked apart, rearranged, built something completely different.
But what I was going to say is, if we wanted to set these set back a little further, we could take off this front flange here. And here.
Yeah, all right here.
So I'm going to put a runner here, maybe, for these. I could always just make it a little longer and put it straight into that.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do.
Because, yeah, it just sticks out really far.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to make it a little more flush.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we built our new stove cabinet. All right, stove's gonna sit here. We got some finishing up we gotta do to it to make it look a little prettier. But the stove's gonna sit in here, so now we're making the drawers for this area. And what we're doing is we're actually gonna reuse the drawers that we had. And I'm just gonna run through and cut them on a table saw to the width of that. And then we're gonna reuse this side, and we're just gonna smash it up against this side, screw it back in, and it's the lazy man's cabinets.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Save a lot of work.
And so we're gonna try to do that for all of them, because we have 3 very nice cabinets. We'll see if I can't make them less nice.
No, they're gonna look great.
All right, so now
I'm a
open this
little
behind
worried
me.
about its height. So we still have to add 1/4 inch underneath it.
So we're adding a kick drawer underneath our cabinet. 'Cause the other one turned out pretty nice. We got 2 drawers installed. A couple more to go, but it's looking pretty good. We still gotta get countertops for everything, but making progress. Lots of drawers. So we just installed this pretty cool thing. Haley, give us a kick.
My foot's too.
Nice. Do it again, do it again.
It actually works pretty good.
If your foot's long enough.
There we go.
Nice.
Cool.
Looks great.
Coming along.
So the upper cabinet is ready to be installed, but it's not up yet because we have to wait to run some wires. So now we're going back to our refrigerator cage. And we have this drawer that held our toilet prior. And I think it's going to work for this, for the refrigerator. Only issue is this drawer's a little long. You can see we cut out the back side of this so that it would fit in that spot and we could gain a little space. So we're gonna have to find a way to cut this down. And yeah, I guess we'll just use a circular saw again.
What are those nice ones? If we just put in enough wood.
And yeah.
And if we do that, the rail. I guess we're gonna have rails.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to cut down. I mean, we can use like 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
And
so we
3/4
might just have to
inch.
create a little bit of a spacer on both sides.
Because usually those rails are like 1/2 inch wide.
Yeah.
So this might even be.
That might actually fit just fine on one side and then cut down the other side.
Yeah. Sweet, it's gonna work though.
Old coffee spills.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
why we
up
put
front.
Yeah, that's why the banding all ripped up.
Right, coffee. Anyway.
Should be able to slide this in.
You want me to lift the back up?
I don't think we took off nearly enough.
Just going on record to say that it works. So, because the old drawer had this dado cut out so that it could fit this piece, it still has it. Oops, sorry. Still has it, and we want to reuse it. So what we did was we found how far we have to cut this piece for that to slide back in and be able to reuse it, because it adds a lot of rigidity to this drawer. So we're gonna cut this out to here. That should allow the 3/4 to slide in. It should butt flat against this, and this should slide right into that dado.
He's sick.
And it'll be a strong drawer again. So we're building a kick plate drawer, and we're having issues getting in here. And then we turned around and we saw the hole for our sink in this cabinet.
It's kind of an awkward.
So she's reaching through the hole now. I wanted her to put her head in there, but.
Oh.
So last night we came back in here and did some more work on the drawer. So I installed this drawer here, nice and smooth. And then we installed a kick plate here. Oh no. Alright, so all you have to do is kick it. Well, you can't push it with one hand, but there you go. I'm gonna do it again just to show. Boom.
There we go.
So you can use your foot to hit those. So we're gonna make a quick faceplate for this, and basically what we've done there, what we're gonna do is take like a middle measurement here, halfway to about halfway here. Double check it on the other side. Came to like 11 and a quarter, and then we have the faceplate that was meant for this drawer originally, or for this cabinet originally, and we're just gonna cut that down and reuse it. So easy today, and then we're gonna build 2 more drawers over there, and
Be done with drawers.
be done with drawers hopefully before 1. And there it is. It's a little dirty. Needs to be sanded and painted, but that's the cage. This doesn't look that good here, but you know, we didn't have to pay for any of the wood, so that's what it's going to be, and it's going to be covered by stuff, and it's going to be edge band, so you won't see it.
I'll make it pretty today.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. All right, next project. Are we doing both those drawers or just the one?
We gotta make that decision.
Huh.
Our old garbage can fits perfectly. It's very satisfying. So this will pull out. You don't have to buy a new garbage can.
Yeah. Yeah, so we know we're doing that one. Make a decision on that one.
We gotta add some
Yeah,
stuff.
we got some stuff we gotta do to this one, so what we've done is we're making our lower box, and this is how we're making them. This is how we're making our drawers. We cut our lower box to the size we needed based off of the space. We put the rails in here. Then we measured this space minus 1.5 inches for the thickness. We're using 3/4 because that's everything we have right now. And then we're datoing out a small area here for, so what is this, 1/4 inch? For the 1/4 inch to slide into. And then we're leaving a little bit on top for this.
Top dado plate.
And then this goes in, glue the sides, screw it in, and we're good. That's how it's going.
The mallet, yeah.
The mallet. The mallet drawer. Perfect. That's a nice drawer.
Is it in?
I think so.
Barely.
Because it's so tight, what we're probably just going to do, find our mark. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to hold it up here like this. Can you hold this piece of wood for me? I'm going to take this piece of wood here. If you can see that. See, there's our gap. I'm going to mark, this way a little bit. We're going to mark where that line is right there. I'm going to go a little further down just to give it a little wiggle room. We're going to do that on the other side, and then I'm going to find that measurement on the table saw, and I'm just going to run it through because
This isn't coming out.
I'm lazy, and it's not coming out. Cool. So we made the drawer, we put it in there. We had to make it a certain height because the faceplate takes up a lot of space. The drawer doesn't need to take up that much space because we're just saving weight. But in doing so, we realized because our trash can is kind of tapered that it didn't fit. It got stuck in here. So what we decided to do is do a little Art Deco work. And we just found whatever the correct height was, that it was starting to really squeeze, and marked it and drew true straight lines. And I took my coffee mug, and I put it on the corner, trace the corner out, the jigsaw, cut it out, bam.
Looks good.
Now it's like a little sled.
Nice.
Sweet. Monumental moment.
The cabinet is back in.
Cabinet is back in. This is just a brief preview of what it's going to look like. And then we're going to build our little seating area right here. It's getting there. That's one thing almost done.
Whenever you hang the doors.
So this is going to be the bench right behind the driver's seat. We framed it out. There's going to be a toilet that slides out from here. And then there's going to be extra storage here. There's going to be a lid, and then the actual dining room table this will open up and it'll actually rest inside the top of this and make like a second layer. Still trying to figure out what to do with this space, but it's going pretty well, except for the fact we realize this space is already a little too small. So remember, we have to open up this whole space.
Yeah. I've already mentally thought through that solution.
So we're gonna run a piece across here, have a support flat there, and then add some more supports across, and that should give us the room we need to fit the drawer. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. This is just a piece we're iron. Yeah. It's a little Frankenstein, and it's upside down. So picture it the other way. But this is our toilet drawer and bench. So we'll have extra storage here. This is so that the tabletop will rest inside. The tabletop will rest inside here on both sides. And then this will be extra storage for stuff. This is where our table is going to be mounted here. And then, yeah, toilet goes there. But goes, I don't know if that works. But yeah.
It has flex.
We're trying to reuse our old door.
I don't think it's gonna work.
You don't think it's gonna work?
Look at that flex.
Yeah, well. Yikes.
It would have to be up and down this way if we were gonna use it as a drawer.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Pull it this way.
Turn it this way again. Pretty good looking still. It's sycamore. So we want to reuse our slatted door, which is on the other side of this. Sloop. It's going to be the cover for our toilet. It's a very holy toilet. But
we cut off all of the supports to make it small enough.
yeah, so it's barely hanging on here, but we're so, because there's so many individual pieces on this, we needed to find a good way to secure them. And so how do we find the center of each one of these boards to put like a nail in or something? We did
chalk line.
Chalk line. Took a chalk line, centered to centered, and just went through and snapped in the middle for all of them. So now we can go through with a nail gun and just hit like 1 or 2 nails in each one of these boards, and that should give us a bit of support.
How many should I do in each? 3?
Probably just 3.
4 for the edge.
Okay.
I think flush.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that looks nice. Ooh, she's smooth.
Nice. And we routed out a little handle in the top. Loop. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Cool. All right, so this is probably obvious to most people, but I just wanted to show you how we cut the length or cut the correct size on a lot of our boxes. So here we have a lid. We know where the lid goes. We like it where it is, something like that. And this lid is the same size as the box, but we had to replace the backing here. So what I did was I took this oversized piece that, it overhangs this way and it overhangs this way. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through with the circular saw, and I'm gonna cut just short of this area. So let's say, this is flush here. So I'm gonna cut probably right here with the circular saw, and then along this as well, and over here as well. And then I'm gonna come back through with the router, and I have this bit that has a little bearing on the bottom. So it'll basically cut up to the bottom area. So it's gonna cut to this point. So anything that's overlapping like this is going to be cut to this size. That's where I messed up with the router. But that's how we get pretty much like pretty flush sides, flush cuts. Is that what they're called? Yeah, we're not carpenters.
Yeah, look. Okay, no, that one. This one.
Sammy, look.
Look. Okay.
This one.
Right here. Look. Look right here.
Sammy.
Sammy, look right
here. Oh, is it a sour one?
What's here? Right here.
Oh.
She ate the whole thing.
This is the end product. Here you want to lift the lid, and so open storage on the side so our table will go in there. That's what those little cleats are. Our toilet will go in there, and that was our pantry door from the last place, and the holes are because that's what wood we had. And then there's a little side nook there, Oh, we can put a curtain there.
You have me sewing so many curtains.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's coming along. Nice.
Looks good.
They look good. So far. So what we're doing here is we're adding extra support behind the cabinet in that large void we cut because we need some spacers. So it's not the prettiest, but you know, it'll be supported.
It's gonna be sturdy.
It's gonna be sturdy.
It's in.
Cool.
We didn't split.
Nice.
Give me a different screw.
Different screw?
It's kind of stripped already. Sorry. They're behind you.
Pretty sturdy.
So we learned a valuable lesson today. Make sure your cabinet drawers are square, because if they're not square, they're not gonna sit plumb. So we had this really nice drawer we reused, and it was like cockeyed, angling out. So yeah, we took it apart, made it square, no more problem. So make sure your things are square. Nice.
2 out of 3.
There's like on this side,
Oh.
the end piece. Ooh, this one might also only have 2. How's it going?
Good. We've decided to reuse our old countertops because new ones are expensive. But we did actually buy some new countertops that we're going to put in there. These white ones. And we're like, oh, these are super nice. They're super lightweight. This will be great. And then we cut it down and we realized why they were so lightweight was because of this. These are from Ikea, by the way. And we were like, that's not too bad because it's actually still got some. So when we secure it to the table or secure it to the cabinets, at least we have something to drill into. Nope. It's, those are just like tiny blocks of wood, particle board that are just already laminated or glued or whatever in there. So, trash. New countertop for the workbenches. Yep. No fun. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the counters installed today, and then we'll start looking at oven and sink installation, and then we're moving along pretty quick now.
I got a template. And so when you put this here, those holes line up, which is pretty convenient. And it's a 1/2 inch from the top. So that was our spacing that we wanted. And so basically what I would do is pull out a drawer, measure, find the center point. This was, I believe, like 10 5/8, maybe 9 5/8. And then I'd mark the little line right here of the center. And I also have a center point here. I would line that up, make it flush to the top, clamp, drill. So for this, I don't have to find the center point. This one's a little easier. Really hard to open without things. What I'm gonna do is take my template, make it flush on both sides. Clamp it. There. Looks good. And then I'll drill. And that's it. Super simple, easy.
Just